I want to say he was under Greek occupation. I got to get back to you just on that. Greeks. And then we... All right. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
All right, so we're back. I'm going to get back to you on that. But after the Babylonian, I believe it was under the Greek occupation. So, but I'm going to get to you on that one. We are started back on Josiah. So if y'all can go to 2 Kings chapter 22. 2 Kings chapter 22. What we'll do, we'll start at verse 1 just to get just an overview of Josiah real quick.
Kings chapter 22 verse 2. 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 2.
No, verse 1.
Verse 1. And Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 31 years.
He was how old?
He was 8 years old.
Yeah, he was 8 years old. Go ahead.
When he began to reign. And he reigned 31 years.
Yeah, so he reigned 31 years. 31 years. So you want to go ahead and write that down. 8 years old and reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jedidah.
Right.
The daughter of Adiah of Baskat.
Go ahead.
And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
He did what?
Did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
Yeah, did that was right in the sight of the Lord. And remember, his father was Ammon, and Ammon did evil. So when you think about it again, you don't have to follow your father's footsteps if he was doing something off. You know what I mean? You got to do it because he saw Ammon. Ammon got killed 2 years after his reign. So he knew what his father was doing. He heard the words, but what happened? He didn't want to get that same punishment. He didn't want to get that same check. So he said he did what was right in the eyes of the Most High. Go ahead.
And walked in all the way of David his father.
And did what?
Walked in all the way of David his father.
Yeah, and David his father, just showing forth his forefather. Wasn't his direct father, but off the same lineage. So he understood what righteousness was. He just wasn't following just that direct person in front of him. All right, go ahead.
And turn not aside to the right hand or to the left. And it came to pass in the 18th year of King Josiah.
And just real quick, for brothers that are here, go to Proverbs 20 and 11. And you're right, Persian and Medes. But go to Proverbs 20 and verse 11. And what I like is because, remember, he's what? He started ruling when he was 8 years old. He was aware. He was alert. And I'm going to say this. He had individuals around him too, priests, that kept his head straight. But he could have went the wrong way. He could have went in the way of his father. You know, all the altars that we're going to go into that he had built up. But what did he do? It's like us, right? You may have seen the cocaine in your house. You may have seen the blunt wraps in the house. But that didn't mean that you had to do what? Light it up, you know. You might have seen the QP in the cowboy boot, but that didn't mean you had to go over there and what? Mingle with it. So just showing that even as Josiah was a young boy, a young man, that he stood up for righteousness. Read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 20 verse 11. Even a child is known by his doings.
Yeah, a child's known by his doings. Listen, children ain't slow. Y'all gotta get it together. These little kids nowadays, man, smart. And how much more even way back then? Because of the one-on-one mentorship, you know, the literally the ability to separate your children from outside influences. Think about that. There's so many influences right now that we have that altered us. But what if you didn't have none of that? You was just raised up in a private school. That's all you knew. You know, you was amongst the walls. Come on, you was like a monk. You know, you was sharp. Josiah was like this. It says, even a child is known by his doings. Go ahead.
Whether his work be pure.
Whether his what?
His work be pure.
Go ahead.
And whether it be right.
Come on, so you'll know. He knows. But just showing forth that Josiah, he knew exactly what he was doing. And he knew how his father was off. How do we know that? Let's get into it. Jump down. Go to 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17. And we're going to get some context. We're going to get some context because I believe we already went into him revealing the book of the law, right? We went into that already? Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we did. We went into the book of the law that he found, right? Because why? Come on, man. Aaron wasn't doing that. Aaron was out there looking at the stars, stargazing, you know. He was out there doing the metaphysics, you know, trying to leave the body. You know, he was trying to, listen, read the palm, the tarot cards, show me my future. It's like, you ain't need that. You had the oracles, you had the priest. That was the pathway to the Most High directly. You tripping. But Josiah, you know, again, he was righteous. He knew the right way to go. So read where you at.
2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17. Because they have forsaken me.
Read.
And have burned incense unto other gods.
Read verse 16. Context.
2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 16.
Thus
saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon this place.
Right.
And upon the inhabitants thereof.
And this is, you know, Josiah jumped into the book of the law. He's seen the prophecies that was going to happen. So he had this priest go inquire of the Most High regarding what was going to happen to Jerusalem. So this is the Most High's response. Go ahead.
Even all the words of the book which the king of Judah had read.
Because it freaked him out. He was like, hold on, wait a minute. What is this? But it was the destruction that was going to come forth upon our people. Because of what? The further acts, and we're going to get there. But keep reading.
Because they have forsaken me.
They've done what?
They have forsaken me.
And think about it. You think everybody forsook the Most High? No. But we got hit. We got punished as a whole. Come on. Yes, the king's going to get hit. But the nation as a whole got put into captivity. The nation as a whole, their life was made hard. Because of what? The king's choice? Who he decided to trust in, believe in, pray to. It says because they did evil. Go ahead.
Because they have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other gods.
Yeah, they burnt incense unto other gods. A lot of our people don't understand that smoke. It means a lot more than what you think. It says they burnt incense unto other gods. Go ahead.
That they might provoke me.
That they do what?
Might provoke me.
Yeah, the Most High said, listen, these cats, they trying my nerves, man. They trying to provoke me to put this hand upon them. All this incense burning, this lavish living, outlandish lifestyles that we learned from who? Who do y'all think we learned this from?
Esau.
Who?
Esau.
Huh? These are the nation. They were Hamitic. Oh, right. At that time, yes. Now, definitely Esau.
Egyptians.
All of them. Egyptians. You know, all these nations. How do we know that? How do we know that we learned these things from these people? Who knows? With a biblical scripture. Who knows what we can go to? Who knows what scripture we can go to show forth that we learned these customs, we learned these rituals from other nations? Oh, hold on, raise your hand. You got to stand up, though. Anybody online? What you got?
Deuteronomy 7:3 for one, where it tells us not to marry into different nations.
Right.
That we would lose our heritage.
Right. Go after whoring after their gods. Definitely good. That was good. That's a good one. Deuteronomy 7:3. Go ahead.
Proverbs 12:26.
Proverbs chapter 12 and 26. Let me see real quick. Proverbs chapter 12. That's a good one. I like that. Go ahead and pull it.
Yeah. Proverbs 12:26.
A little bit louder, please.
The righteous is more excellent excellent than his neighbor.
The what?
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Naturally, we are. We are more excellent than these neighbors of ours, which are what? The nations. Come on. But a lot of times, again, we look at ourselves as if, dang, we're not having fun like they can. Why do they get to do whatever they want to? Outlandish revelings, party till you drop, they get to wear whatever they want to wear. Why do they get to have so much fun? But it says that the righteous is what?
More excellent than his neighbor.
And the reason why we were made more excellent is because we have the laws and statutes of the Most High. We had a standard. These nations don't have standards. It's a free-for-all. That's why it looks so enjoyable. It looks so enjoyable. Because they're doing things that they have no confinement to. There's no confinement to what they can do. Again, it's a what do they call it? A no holds barred. Shoot, mayhem, chaos. But it says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Go ahead.
But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
But the what?
The way of the wicked seduceth them.
Here's a question. Why, anybody online, why do you think the way of the wicked seduces us? Because David said it. I almost slipped at the prosperity of the wicked. What is it that catches our mind to where it seduces us the way that they live their life? Compared to, we know what the Most High wants us to do. How straight and narrow he wants us to be. But what is it to where the wicked seduces us, man? What you got, Shaquat?
Well, basically, the way they live, they're prospering. So, carnally, they're prospering, so they seem to be at peace.
Right.
So they seem to be whole. So it's basically it's like an alert. So like you're looking at their lifestyle from a distance. So it seems to be like they're complete. But then when you think about it, they're really not.
Right.
And then you're looking at your life like you like, especially like now being in the truth. You have to exercise being kind, loving, caring. You have to think. The truth makes you think. So it's like you don't want to think because the people in the world, they don't have to think. They just do things and things. Well, they think a little bit to get to their careers, but like nothing spiritual. You know what I mean? Everything's carnal. It's carnally driven.
Right.
So that allure of them seems to be whole by that carnal purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the
proper
word. I'm trying to word it simplistically.
You good? No, that's on point.
But it's like the way they because they go hard for their careers.
Right.
They don't go hard for anything spiritual.
Right.
And then they seem to be whole, complete in that lifestyle. So that kind of catches your eye. It's like, well, dang, the Bible tells me to do this.
Yeah.
And this, I'm gonna gain this. I'm gonna be whole in this.
Right.
But these people seem to be whole, so that kind of catches your eye a little bit.
Yeah, they're whole in their flesh.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? They seek the enjoyment of the flesh. So, but that goes all types of areas, But the question is, are they really whole though?
Wow.
As we know and as we see, from these nations and the things that they go through, even having money, individuals do what? Pop mad pills. You got Lil Xan. Like, bro, you got all that money, but you still popping Xannies? Xannies are antidepressants. You got J. Cole, like I said, I think it was the Sabbath, he said, I'm a manic depressant. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you a manic depressant? With you most lyrical, but now you still down? Because they do, chase for the flesh, not knowing that that spirit is just dying. Their desire is never satisfied. That's why they keep going farther and deeper and deeper and deeper. But that was a good point. Our people see what? Them running after the flesh. And we see them having fun, smiling. Ah, yeah. But when they go home, you don't see them do what? Right? Because a lot of them try to fit that mold. They try to fit the mold that America has made for them to satisfy. But what do you have, Josiah?
Proverbs 12:26.
Where are you at?
2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17.
Yeah, 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17. What you got, Hakawa?
I had a precept.
What you got?
1 Timothy 5 and 6.
Pull it. Let me see. You've been on. I'm saying? Quick shooter. Let me see. 1 Timothy's what? 5 and 6?
1 Timothy chapter 5.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Right on point. Right with it.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6.
So 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6, just for a precept about going into why, our people are looking at the wicked and being seduced. What is so enticing, but the brother Shaquat brought out about how they live in their flesh. They live for what? The day. They live for, again, their emotions and feelings. But that fades away. It changes like the wind, right? But read where you at.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Read it again.
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
And our people are. And they are. The world is living. They're dead, man. Because they're trying to chase what? Pleasure. But that pleasure never satisfies that soul. But just going back to our people, another reason why our people look at the wicked and want it, desire it, is because of Ecclesiasticus 8 and verse 11. Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11 in the Bible. This is one of the reasons why, again, that our people go back and forth from choosing righteousness to wickedness. What's right in the eyes of the Most High? What's right to me? This is the battle that was going on with Israel. S.O.W, you got it? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11.
Read.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Because the Most High, what the scripture is saying is, because of execution, read it again.
Because sentence against an evil work.
Yeah, because the sentence, the judgment for an offense to the Most High wasn't executed right then and there. It may take what, years, 10 years, 20 years. We see him as what? Oh, they getting away with it. Oh, they having a good. Oh man, I want to be just like them. They've been 10 years selling dope. Oh my Lord. Wait a minute, man. Listen, let me get through that pipeline, man. Wait a minute. They've been out there in the clubs Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturday. And they still having a good life, man. But not knowing that, just because the Most High hasn't checked them, what does it do to us? Read.
Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, we're fully set to do evil because we don't see the Most High checking these nations. We don't see the Most High checking these evil doers. See? But the Most High is making himself known, man. Hollywood is getting checked. These nations is getting checked. Come on, man. But again, a lot of us, we've been seeing things on TV. We may have friends and family that live, again, lives that are not underneath the laws and statutes of the Most High and prosper. Right now, until they catch what? Cancer. Until they catch that what? Rona. And it put them down completely. See? We don't see that. But a lot of us, that was a good scripture that you pulled, Hakawa, is because they live in pleasure, but these individuals are dead. They're the dead walking. So, just seeing that, again, our people, man, they love the wickedness. But Hosea came in and was like, nah, man, we're going to go ahead and do things the right way. We're going to go ahead and get our spirit right. Where were we in 2 Kings?
2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17.
Yes, 2 Kings chapter 22. In verse 17. Go ahead.
Because they have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other gods,
Read.
that they might provoke me to anger with all the works.
1 second. What you got, Asiel? Precept? What do you have?
I have 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 1.
Hold that. Hold that. Keep reading, Shaquat. Where you at again?
2 Kings chapter 22 and
in verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Because they have forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other gods, that they might provoke me
Uh-huh.
to anger with all the works
Right.
of their hands.
With their what?
With all the works of their hands.
Yeah, all the works of our hands. We got to see that. This is one thing that Israel had to be accountable for, is our actions. A lot of us like to disannul. We like to hide. We like to make it seem like it's not real. The decisions that we've been doing, our actions that we put forth. Read that again.
That they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands.
All the works of their hands. And I'm going to show you that the Most High gives us unto what we want. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 1 in verse 12. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 in verse 12. Go ahead and read where you at.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 12.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 in verse 12. Go ahead.
Seek not death in the era of your life.
Do what?
Seek not death in the era of your life.
Yeah, the Most High has always been trying to put us on game. You know that individual that the Most High is like, man, I love him, man. I love her. Let me help her out. The Most High is letting us know in person, seek not death, man. But we know what is death, right? Sinning. Sinning leads us to get punished over and over and over again. Stop looking for death. Stop looking for hurt and harm. Read.
And pull not upon yourself.
And do what?
And pull not upon yourself.
Yeah, pull not upon us. Read.
Destruction with the works of your hands.
Because we do it ourselves. We got to be accountable. We are destroyed because of our choices. Come on. E40 man, he must have been in the spirit. Choices. Ever rat on a nigga? Nope. Right? Everybody got choices, but the Most High is giving it to us, man. He's allowing us to make our own bed, but one thing that we have to do and recognize that we had to lay in it. And this is what and why the Most High rent the kingdom from Judah. He rent the kingdom from the northern kingdom, Israel. They were taken out of power due to the fact of us, what? Disobeying the Most High. Because we called death unto us. Jump back.
2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 17.
Yeah, the Most High said, pull not upon yourselves destruction, man, with the works of your hands. You know? And a lot of times we got to ask ourselves, it's like we get all mad and bent out of shape. You know, when we get a little check or something happens weirdly that, you know, kind of takes you, you know, puts you in a rough spot. But it's like, well, what have I done my whole life? Have I done things that warrant what's going on in my life? We have to think like that. I know I do. I was just talking about it with the brothers in the car. I'm like, I remember I ate a veggie burger from Burger King. I had a little episode. I was outside throwing up for like 3-4 minutes. Or no, 3-4 hours. I was like, Lord, oh, is this how I'm going out? You know? Dang, huh? No, it was a veggie burger. It wasn't even a burger. You done got the Impossible Burger. I thought I was doing right. But the thing, I think I bought it in the hood, man. That was the wrong spot. Never been back. Bro, I was 6-7 months ago. Never been back. But I was in a bad spot. I was like, oh, Lord, is this it? Oh, man. I had to ask, like, bro, I can't complain. I know who I was. That's why I'm here. Trying to get it right. Right? We're all trying to get it right. Because it's saying that we were getting punished because what? The works of our hands. Keep going.
Therefore, my wrath shall be kindled against this place. And shall not be quenched.
Yeah, it shall not be quenched. There's no way to throw some water on this fire. There's no way to calm the Most High down and be like, bro, listen, Yahweh, they good, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Jeremiah, you got Ezekiel, you got Isaiah. Yahweh, huh? Yahweh, Like, no, that ain't going down. No prayers is going to turn back the Most High's hand upon what happened or what Israel's done to create this problem. We got to see this. Go to Job 18 and verse 14. Job 18 and verse 14. Because we hit this a little bit, but I just wanted to get back into Josiah, for the new brothers that came in from New York, other brothers that may not have watched this class, just to bring you in context on Josiah. They want to jump right in the middle. So this is Job chapter 18 and verse 14. Just dealing with how the Most High said this fire, this wrath was not going to be quenched. Go ahead.
Book of Job, chapter 18, verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
The Most High said He's going to root the confidence up out of Israel, man. I'm at to jack y'all up. I'm spanking y'all. No drawers on. No pants. You finna feel this. Go ahead.
And they shall bring him to the king of terror.
And they shall do what?
Bring him to the king of terror.
Come on. The Most High said He's a king of terrors. But we didn't care. We was like, shit, try it. See what you gonna do, Yahweh. I bet you won't. Huh? What she said? Call your. What said? You ain't my daddy anyway. Like you just mocking. Huh? Call my mama. Tell my mama. Think about it. But that's how we move dealing with the Most High. That's why He said the king of terrors were going to come upon us. See? Again, this wrath was not going to be quenched. But what did Josiah do? What did Josiah do? Remember, he brought in, if you haven't watched the other classes, read up in this chapter, you'll see that Josiah was striving to be righteous, going to the book of the law, reading, seeing the prophecies, trying to do things the right way. Jump back to verse 19. Oh, actually, verse 18. You have something? Get a question?
Really, just on what you were saying, scripture we could pull it out with the whole lot on Ezekiel 16.
Right.
But I got another reason why we, when it be like the other nations, because like the Most High was saying in Ezekiel 16, got to go there, but we was renowned at the time.
You can go there if you want to.
Ezekiel 16, verse 15.
Oh, yeah, you did already. Oh. Yeah, Ezekiel what?
16, verse 15. Because
Ezekiel was another prophet that went with us into captivity unto Babylon. And that's when you start reading Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 1, he's in captivity. All right? So you're at Ezekiel what?
16, verse 15.
See, and y'all got to see that the Bible's not written in chronological order. See, but if you take good notes, do your precepts, you can link all this up together. Ezekiel, Daniel, Judith, Susanna. Daniel was during Susanna's time. See, all these stories, they link together to get more of an understanding and more of a picture of what happened with our people. All right? So you're where?
Ezekiel 16, verse 15.
Oh, yeah, come on. Ezekiel 16.
But thou didst trust in thine own beauty. And playest the harlot because of thy renown.
Yeah, because we thought we was on point. We thought just because the Most High's name was stamped on our back, that our name had some pull, we did what? We was haughty. You know how it is, you get a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? You start to do what? Go out, splurge. Nigga, you can't tell me nothing. I'm having a good time, eating what I want, drinking what I want, buying what I want. We got a little renown. Go ahead.
And pourest out thy fornications on everyone that passed by.
Come on. We just fornicators. Having a good time. We committing adultery on the Most High. Think about it, man. Your spouses dip out. Don't talk to you no more. How you feel? Sick. Shoot, what you doing? You got an iPhone? Location. You trying to seek that location out. You doing the detective stuff. But why? Because you want to know where your loved one at. The Most High feels the same way. The Most High say he's a God, he's a jealous God. But it says that we were what? Poured out fornications. Go ahead.
And poureth out thy fornications on everyone that passed by, his it was.
Think about it. Is that all you want for that one?
Yeah, that was
No, go ahead. You got it. I'm gonna let you break that down. Go ahead.
Nah, that was really it for me.
But just showing forth that, again, Israel, in this time that the Most High was checking us, we were in our pride, man. We were haughty. We were sadists. We were stupid. It's like, think about it. The Most High saved you, saved kings, Hezekiah from the Babylonian king, to where you seen it, you heard of it, but you still choose to do opposite. How slow can we be? How slow can we be? But think about it. That's like in our lifetime now. We hear about the stories. Even in our own life, we know what the Most High has done for us. But what happens? We start backsliding. We start going back to the old man, to the old woman, to the old ways of doing things. This has been in our DNA. I got royalty, huh? Kendrick Lamar, DNA inside my DNA. Yeah, we got a lot of fornication, adultery, stiff neck, stubbornness in our DNA. This is what we fight today. But again, it's good to go back to these stories and understand what the Most High was dealing with us then and now. So jump back. Good scripture though, all right? Good scripture. Jump back to 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 18.
Come. 2 Kings chapter 22 and verse 18. But to the king of Judah, which sent you to inquire of the Lord.
Because that was Hosea. Go ahead.
Thus shall ye say to him.
Read.
Thus saith the Lord God of Israel. As touching the words which thou hast heard, because thine heart was tender.
Because what?
Because thine heart was tender.
What does tender mean? Hosea as a king, his heart was tender.
Like soft towards all the wickedness going on, willing to take it in and participate.
Say that one more time.
Like your mind, your heart, your mind is soft towards all the wickedness that's going on, so you're willing to participate in what's going on around you.
You said you're willing to participate?
Yeah.
Well, one thing was Josiah, he didn't participate in the wickedness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you good. No, I'm with you, though. But tender was dealing with him because remember, and that's why I was trying to do a little backstory. Josiah did righteous in the eyes of the Most High. Right. So he took the Lord and what he read and wanted the meaning of it. It was a prophecy of the destruction of Jerusalem, right? So he inquired of the Lord. So the Most High said, read it again. I'm going to show you something.
Because thine heart was tender, and thou hast humbled thyself before the Lord.
Right.
When thou heardest what I spake against this place, and against the inhabitants thereof.
And the inhabitants thereof.
That they should become a desolation.
Right.
And a curse.
Y'all, you know what I wanted? Yeah, desolation and a curse. So he was praying. He wanted to understand, listen, why are we going through this? And actually, yeah, because he started reading through the book of the law. And I skipped that part. But just showing forth that Josiah was inquiring why this was happening. But he understood it through the prophecy. But he was praying. So it says, though, he was tender, which means compassionate. He pitied. He had sorrow for what was going to happen to his people, right? It says, and thou hast humbled thyself before the Lord. He humbled himself and heard is what I spake against this place. Read verse 19 again.
Come. Because thine heart was tender. And thou hast humbled thyself.
Check this out. Go ahead.
Before the Lord.
Read.
When thou heardest what I spake against this place.
Because he heard that destruction was coming. Read.
And against the inhabitants thereof. That they should become a desolation and a curse.
Check this out. Read.
And has rent thy clothes.
And did what?
Rent thy clothes.
So what does it mean when you rent your clothes according to the scriptures? Xavier, what you got?
Like tear it up or something?
Yeah, when you rent your clothes. You said tear it up.
Yeah,
but what is the spiritual meaning? That's the physical. Give me the spiritual meaning of renting your clothes or throwing ash, a sackcloth on your body, ashes on your head.
Means you're in mourning.
You're in what?
Mourning.
Yeah, you're mourning. You're sorrowful. Well, think about it. It says he rent his clothes. Go ahead.
And wept before me.
And did what?
Wept before
He cried, man. He's like, oh, hell no. Please, Yahweh. Don't do us like this. We ain't trying to go out like this, Yahweh. I know my father was off. I'm trying to get it right. I want to do right. I don't want to do wrong. Right? That's what he was saying. Go ahead.
I also have heard thee,
You right?
saith the Lord.
He heard thee, saith the Lord, read.
Behold, therefore, I will gather thee unto thy fathers.
So now he's telling Hosea what is going to be his end. I'm going to gather you unto your fathers, read.
And thou shalt be gathered into thy grave in peace.
He shall do what?
Thou shalt be gathered into thy grave in peace.
Yeah, the Most High said, listen, don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. You're going to be in your grave in peace, man. You're not going to see the kingdom taken. I'm going to make sure that you're all right. Read.
And thine eyes shall not see all the evil.
His what?
Thine eyes shall not see all the evil which I will bring.
I want y'all to underline this right here. I want y'all to underline this because we're going to come back to this. Read it again.
And thine eyes shall not see all the evil which I will bring upon this place.
Oof. Don't worry about it, Josiah. I got you. You was a servant, even though people around you was doing wickedness. You stood strong. I'm going to make sure that you don't see the evil. Think about that. That's even now today. Just because you got people around you doing things that are off don't mean you got to be right in with them. The Most High still got your back. Just because you got an individual out the spirit, right? Friends, foes, brothers, sisters. That don't mean that you got to entertain that with what? Being in the same spirit. Stand for righteousness. Show the standard. Have a little patience. Have a little meekness. Apply the fruits of the spirit. That don't mean that you got to be just like them, showing forth what? The Most High takes care of you according to what you do. Come on, read it again.
And thine eyes shall not see and thine eyes shall not see all the evil which I will bring upon this place.
Right, that he should bring upon this place, because let me show you something. Just on this is that we're seeing that Josiah wanted righteousness, but individuals around him were doing whatever they want, or the people before him was doing wickedness. He was coming in to clean up, but the Most High already had a vendetta against Israel from his forefathers, Manasseh. But go to this, go to Romans 14 and verse 12, and this is for all brothers and sisters to know, is that just because other individuals are doing negative around you, that don't mean you got to jump into that roller coaster and ride with them. Hold the standard. Do what you were taught. Hold the fruits of the Spirit. Be loving. Be kind. Don't render evil for evil. See, there's lessons that we read from stories like this. Minute details that you can pull out and bring forth bigger situations. Be like, dang, I didn't think about it that way. Yes. Josiah was taken care of because of his faith, his dedication to the Most High, not regarding someone else. You think Job's faith was based upon his wife? Job's wife said, curse the Most High and die, Negro. You look sick. Your house is done. Your kids is gone. Your money is gone. Your animals is faded. Curse the Most High and die. What did he say? You sound like one of them foolish women. He said, Negro, please, man. I'm going to stand upon what I believe in, because this is the reason. Read where you at.
Romans chapter 14 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
So then, every one of us shall give an account.
Listen, I go out a little bit clearer so they can hear online. It's like kind of echoed. A little bit clearer, loud, perfect. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 14 and verse 12.
There it is. Let's go.
So then, every one of us shall give account of himself.
Shall do what?
Give account of himself.
We got to be accountable for our actions. Come on. Remember this. You're accountable for what you do, not for what somebody made me do. No, brother. No, sister. You chose to go left rather than right. You chose to do wrong rather than right. We're accountable for our actions. The Most High heard Josiah's prayer because he was a righteous man. Jump back. I just want to point that out. He said, and thy eyes shall not see all the evil. Go ahead.
Which I will bring upon this place. And they brought the king word again.
Right, and they brought that back to Josiah. Let's keep reading. Let's go on. Go to Kings chapter 23, right there. Read on down. Go ahead.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 1.
And quick question, is everybody comprehending what we're going over right now? Does anybody have any questions so far of what we read, just dealing with Josiah? Anybody online? Any questions regarding Josiah? So I don't want to go too fast. If anybody has any questions. All right, you can kind of la'ah. Ka means yes, la'ah means no. I want to make sure everybody's getting this. Go ahead and read.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 1. And the king's son, and they gathered unto him all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem.
Right.
And the king went up into the house of the Lord.
Right.
And all the men of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Come on, he had everybody going up. All the men of Judah, all the inhabitants. Everybody's about to get their spirit right. I know my father did this foolishness, but I'm coming in ruling differently. Everybody going up to the house of the Lord. As for me and my household, what? We're going to serve the Lord. Joshua 24 and verse 15, if you want to know what I quoted. Go ahead.
And all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with him.
And all the what?
Inhabitants of Jerusalem with him.
This was an order. This wasn't a if you want to do it. This is all y'all better get your little Rudy Tooty behinds on up here. Go to the house of the Lord. Read.
And the priests and the prophets and all the people, both small and great.
Everybody's going, man. Read.
And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant which was found in the house of the Lord.
Look at this brother here, man. Zealous. He's zealous for the law, man. He's showing forth that, listen, we are going to stand for righteousness. We are going to make sure that our actions are lining up with what the Most High wants from us. Y'all got to see this. Read it again.
And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of the Lord.
Somebody got to stand up for righteousness. Somebody has to be in that stead. Somebody has to not care about how an individual that don't care about themselves feel when you want to do what? Do the right thing. Show them the right thing. I'm going to show you. This is common in Israel. We had zealous men like this. First Maccabees 2 and 50. First Maccabees. We're going to hit the Maccabees classes too. Come on. Judas, Mattathias. These are bold men. Man, those stories of Maccabees that have you out here just, you might get a shirt. I'm the Maccabee. In the Maccabean spirit. Because this is how our forefathers are rolling. This is what was on their mind when we move righteously. Read where you at.
First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50.
Yeah, First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50. Go ahead.
Now therefore, my son, be ye zealous for the law.
Be ye what?
Zealous for the law.
Zealous. Does anybody know what zealous means? What you got, Asa?
It's like to desire after, or a strong passion for.
There it is, strong passion. You passionate, man. You know how we was passionate for getting those Alchemo blunts in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Rolling down to the corner store at 8:30 in the morning, get you that 6-pack. You know, we was passionate running after that tail. You know, passionate going home to get on the phone talking to Boo for 13 hours straight. It was a marathon. The Most High said, have that same zeal, have that same dedication for what? Read.
For the law.
For the what?
For the law.
Yeah, for righteousness. For love. Because we know the law is love. Read.
And give your life.
And give what?
Give your life.
Come on, man. We'll give our life for everything else. When I watch those El Chapo, all those what was those shows on Narcos, and I see El Chapo. These individuals were giving their lives to demons. They gave their life to El Chapo. They gave their life to Pablo Escobar. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I sat back. I was like, that's us. We give our life for everything outside of the spirit, outside of the laws. We will die for a block. We'll die for what? A crack rock. You really trying to die for a dime bag? You know? We'll die because of pride. But when it comes to the law, we be like, I don't know if I can do that. See? But the Most High is showing us that this is the mind that we should have. This is the mind of Josiah. He called all the people to come in and worship the Most High. It says, do what? Read it again.
Now therefore, my son, be ye zealous for the law.
Be what?
Be ye zealous for the law.
Read.
And give your lives for the covenant of your father.
Give your lives, man. That means be dedicated. Be consistent. Show the Most High that you care. See? But this is what Josiah did. Josiah was doing this. Remember, Ammon was off, his father. Ammon's father was off, Manasseh, but he changed as we went over. But he still created a wicked seed that went through the generations. Jump back. Jump back. You got a question, Xavier?
I had a precept.
What you got?
Psalms 94, verse 16.
We're going to get that. Hold that. I see you out here tucked. All right, now. I got the burner tucked. Hold that. Keep reading back in 2 Kings 23.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 3. And the king stood by a pillar and made a covenant before the Lord.
Go ahead.
To walk after the Lord.
To do what?
To walk after the Lord.
He made a covenant. He made a promise to the Most High to walk after the Lord. I know my father didn't, but I am. Me and the people were here today, bowing down to you. Yahweh, hear us, entreat us. This is bold, man. This is true leadership. This is what real men of the Most High did. They were the starter. They were the ones forging the way. Read.
And to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all their heart and all their soul, to perform.
To do what?
To perform.
To do what?
To perform.
To do. Not just to say, but to do. Read.
The words of this covenant.
Go ahead.
That were written in this book, and all the people stood to the covenant.
Come on, man. What they say? Amen. Come on. They agreed. Come on, Josiah. Let's get right. Go to Ecclesiastes 18 and verse 13. Oh yeah, man. They was turned up. Damn, this thing died. Golly. They was turned up. Ecclesiasticus chapter what?
18, verse 13.
Yeah, 18 in verse. Where we at? In verse 13. Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
The mercy of man is toward his neighbor.
The what?
The mercy of man is toward his neighbor.
Yeah, we have mercy. We can have mercy upon our neighbors. The mercy of man is toward his neighbor. That's how we know that you got mercy. You got some love in you. It's toward your neighbor, the person you're right next to. Did not Josiah look out for his neighbor? Bringing them all in, making a covenant with the Most High. Let me be the starter of this. Let me be the starter of this trend, because Ammon, his father, didn't do it. Let me bring in something new. Even with us and your families, man. All your families that you have with that slave last name. You're the individual, if nobody else in your family is in the truth, you're bringing forth what? Something new. You're showing mercy to what? Your neighbor, your family by, listen, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you why I don't do this. The Most High doesn't appreciate that. He doesn't respect that. You're showing mercy. Go ahead.
But the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh.
Think about that. Read it again.
But the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh.
And this is what the Most High was bringing forth to Israel, having a little bit of mercy. It says it's among all flesh. Go ahead.
He reproveth.
He does what?
He reproveth.
He corrects us. This is the mercy of the Most High. He corrects us. Even with us being besieged 3 times, if you didn't know. We were besieged 3 times. We had our king taken from us, brought back into the land. Manasseh. Because he reproveth. If a man humbles down, if a woman humbles down, he'll show them their faults. If they confess, if they're humble, he'll forgive them. What else does he do? Read.
He nurtureth.
He does what?
Nurtureth.
He'll take care of you. He'll nurture you. He'll bring prophets and teachers over there to do what? To give you the nutrients that you need to grow. Come on. A lot of us don't even see the nurture of the Most High in our lives. This is nurture right here, because there's a lot of things that you may not have looked at in these stories. There's a lot of things that you may not have connected in your life that should be connected in your life. Because this is us. These are our forefathers. He nurtures us. Go ahead.
And teaches.
And does what?
And teaches.
And he teaches you, man. Read.
And bringeth again.
Right?
As a shepherd his flock.
Think about it, because a shepherd never lets go of his flock. One may go astray. What happened? He going after that one. He's going after that one. Like David, if there's a bear, if there's some type of animal that's trying to take that sheep, what happened? He has his staff. You know what I'm saying? Got a slingshot. Protecting. The Most High does this to us. But we're just seeing that, again, Josiah is doing this for the people, man. But it's showing forth that the Most High will nurture and bring us back. This is the spirit of the Most High, man. A lot of us don't give the Most High enough credit for what he's doing in our lives. We don't give him enough credit. Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 verse 3. Again, we're going into the psyche of Josiah. How he was moving. What his thought process was. How he cared for his people. Because he could have been just like his father that was taken out 2 years after he reigned. 2 years after he reigned, man. And Ammon got killed by his own guards, his close friends. When you go back to the story, he got killed by his own friends, man. Sad. Josiah didn't want to have anything to do with that. That's why this scripture is very on point. And this applies to every one of our lives. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 3.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 3. Go ahead.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord.
If we don't hold ourselves diligently in the fear of the Lord, this is going to happen. Read.
His house shall soon be overthrown.
Yeah, your house will be overthrown. And diligently, it means steady application. You're continually applying a certain doctrine that the Most High gives. All the time, you're upholding that standard. You're diligently doing this. Read it again from the top.
Ecclesiastes chapter 27 and verse 3.
Right?
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord.
So when it says unless, that means if you do not do this, if you're not diligent in applying the Bible in your life and in the lives of your family, read.
His house shall soon be overthrown.
Your house will be taken. Your house will be taken. Because Satan is what? Walking around as a raving lion, seeking whom he may devour. He's definitely going to devour what? The house that had that door unlocked. The house that had the door unlocked, man. Those individuals weren't circumspect. They weren't prepared. They didn't prepare their mind. They didn't prepare their spirit for the possibility of what? Being taken advantage of. See? But Josiah was already aware. That's why he was doing what he was doing in the spirit. Listen, we all coming up here to the temple. Listen, we got kids in here. We got brothers bringing their young sons in here. What happened? The young sons, when it's time to salute, they had attention. They saluting. You got videos. They showing salutes to their grandmas. And how old is KJ? KJ, 2 years old, showing salutes to his grandma. He don't know what he's saying. He called it. He said, "Aki, my mother, off." 2 years old, huh? But what is that showing though? It's showing diligent application because this man, this woman doesn't want her house to be taken. Josiah was in the spirit, man. Where we at?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 3.
Yeah, that's it. Go to Ecclesiastes 2 and 14 in the Bible. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 14. Just on this point of what Josiah did, man. It says he didn't care, great or small. It didn't matter what your status was in Jerusalem. Your little blood, skin, hair, you gonna come on down here, man. You gonna get right. And I bet money he probably put an order out. Listen, if y'all don't want to come, listen, bring them to me. Punishment. This was an order. This was a summons. It says everybody in Jerusalem, all the men of Judah. Read where you at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 14.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 14. Man, y'all love how the Bible speak, man. The Bible be speaking. I've been talking to a more cat today in the mall. You know, the teachings. What do you call it? What do you call it? They didn't call it the teachings or something like that, man. Nobody got valid, detailed history like this, man. Written down in on paper. Y'all gotta be proud to be an Israelite. Y'all gotta be proud to understand that the Most High is giving us our nationality back. He ripped it from us, man. Jeremiah 17 and 4, right? He discontinued us from our heritage. The Most High is giving us this back. But how is he giving it to us? He's showing the right way to be. We don't have to go through the rough parts, man. Read where you at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 14.
Go ahead.
The wise man's eyes are in his head.
The wise man is looking. He's seeking. He's understanding what's not going to cause him to fall. What's not going to cause him to do what? Offend the Most High. These are the things that the wise man is doing. That's why it says the wise man's eyes are in his head. He thinks. That's one problem with Israel. A lot of us don't want to think. We don't want to put brain power to making decisions, thinking outside of problems. That's a lot of our situations. But as we go through Josiah, he was a thinker. He was taking care of it all. A lot of us do what? We just put it on the wayside. We forget about it. And then what happened? We get hit by the penalty of what we left behind. Again, an I not dotted, a T not crossed. But Josiah was like, nah, man, we're going to take care of this. I'm going to be proactive in doing the things that's pleasing to the Most High, rather than be like, I'll do it tomorrow. There's Brother Jan. I'll do it tomorrow. That's how Jans be happening. One Jan. But a lot of us do that. We tarry from day to day. Josiah said, no. We going down into the temple, man. Let's get right. The wise man's eyes are in his head. Go ahead.
But the fool walketh in darkness.
See, but a lot of us, we do walk in darkness because we don't want to think. We just want to react and do, and, again, it goes into that slothful spirit. We got to get out of that spirit. We're seeing that Josiah didn't have that, man. He took things into his own hands. He had counsel, though, too. He had prophets around him. Priests. Go ahead.
And I myself receive also that one event happeneth to them all.
Yeah, one event happeneth to them all. Just showing forth that again, things do happen, but there's two sides of the spectrum. You're going to use wisdom, or you just going to move, man. Move off of what? Foolishness. Be wise. Good understanding giveth favor. But the transgressor's way is hard. That's what it's showing forth. Jump back, 2 Kings 23. Everybody's locked in? 2 Kings chapter 23.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 4.
Yep, one moment. 2 Kings chapter 23 in verse 4. Go ahead.
And the king commanded Hilkiah the high priest, and the priest of the second daughter.
Oh, 1 second.
And the priest of the second order.
1 second. Go ahead.
and the keepers of the doors to bring forth out of the temple of the Lord.
To do what?
To bring forth out of the temple of the Lord.
So these devices were in our temples. These devices are in our temples. Go ahead.
All the vessels.
All the what?
All the vessels.
Go ahead.
That were made for Baal.
Yeah, made for Baal. A Hamitic deity. A Hamitic false god. Go ahead.
And for the grove.
And for the what?
The grove.
And we had groves, man. These areas that we did these sacrifices. We did these worships. Josiah said, listen, bring that up out of here, man. Snatch that up out. Go ahead.
And for all the hosts of heaven.
Read.
And he burned them without Jerusalem.
He did what?
Burned them without Jerusalem.
I'm going to say this, man. A lot of us still hold on to what? Deities from the past, man. You better burn that up. You better get that up out your house. I got another class coming. You better get that up out your house, man. That accursed thing. A lot of us don't understand that we cause our own harm by still having these things around us. Josiah burnt that up, man. Listen, don't worry about throwing it in the trap. Burn it up. Put it in the fire. Disintegrate it. You don't got to look at it no more. You ain't got to smell it no more. Nobody got to touch that no more. He burned it up. Read.
And he burned them without Jerusalem. And the fields of Kedron. And carried the ashes of them unto Bethel.
Yeah, Bethel. Read.
And he put down the idolatrous priests, whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah.
So he did, and he put down the what?
The idolatrous priests.
Think about that, man. We had priests that was what? Still locked in. Still locked into doing things as Ammon did. Worshipping these other gods. Worshipping, again, Baal. As we're going to go into it. Worshipping the sun. Worshipping Ashtaroth. The fertility goddess. You know, all these different things that we believe in, man. So, listen, people online, call them out, man. What were the things that you were into in the world? What were the things that you were into in the world that you knew that was off? Testimony time. Testimony time. What did you have?
I would say Christianity.
Can you take her? Go ahead.
I would say Christianity would be one.
You gotta talk a little bit louder, right?
Christianity would be one. White Christ.
Right? Oh, I got a class coming up on that. Think about that. Christianity and white Christ. Y'all better burn that image. You gotta get it out your house. Break it down. Put it down. Put it to the side. Go ahead. What you got, Asa?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say y'all had a little like a week when I was in the world trying to go into the chakras and meditations.
Right. You was doing your raking. You know what I'm saying? They call it raking. You know, trying to align your chakras, get your spirit right, you know, feel whole again. But where did that take you to? Took you nowhere, man. You were still going to sleep, what? Half dazed. You know what I'm saying? You rustling at night. You wake up in high sweat. Ah! Right? Like we had a sister, you know, and then, you know, a lot of our people is into that, you know, metaphysical, you know, get your body right and I'll read your cards. Like, come on, man. Cards? Are you serious? This ain't Pokemon Go or Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? You believe in cards. Who made the cards? How is these cards so spiritual? What you got,
I would say, speaking of that, I had somebody years ago try to read my palm.
Yeah, read your palm. Like, what you got? Like, is it some Wakanda type stuff where some things just pop up? And then you dab it in. What you got?
Man, used to go to up top, go to the Bronx. They had a Dominican lady.
There it is.
Beads around your neck, you know, for protection.
Right.
You had a lady in Portsmouth too, Miss Peter.
Right. The Santa Maria lady.
Yeah, she supposed to do the white magic, what they call it.
Right.
You go there, get a walnut in your right pocket, and get your shoes sprayed for police protection.
There it is. No, listen, you getting your shoes sprayed for police protection because you was doing what? Everything else, everything outside the law.
That sounds like something from the Waltons too.
Bruh. But what else y'all do? I like that. The brother said,
Man, he had, he was really out there. He had the Egyptian god, because I guess he was that Egypt title, so he had Ashtoreth.
right.
And little dogs
Mm.
with the candles around them.
Right.
And, lighting candles to the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else was going
Oh, I
on.
know exactly what he's doing. He's doing sacrifices, man.
Yeah.
You seen Azealia Banks, man. She had to clean her closet for 4 years of bruja. She was a witch. 4 years. She had to use a doggone sander to get the blood and feathers. Like, man, look it up. Come on, man. Well, yeah, that's coming in the video. I ain't want to give too much. You got some heat coming, man, on these streets, man. But again, a lot of our people did that. Sprayed the shoes to get away from the police. The bees to protect you from other gangs. There's a new movie out called Tax Collector. I gotta watch that. There's a scene in that. You seen the scene? Not only did he sacrifice the chicken, I'm not finna go into what else he sacrificed, but you gotta go see it. I ain't gonna do the spoiler alert. But what they put on there, Allison?
They have, I never believed that Christ was white, but I did believe the doctrines.
The what?
The doctrines.
Oh, doctrines? Okay. Right, the doctrines of, again, the Virgin Mary. Mary was, a woman that didn't lay with any man. What else? Everybody can make it to heaven. Please, man. I'm going to say it like my ancestors. Everybody can make it to heaven. Listen, I'd rather go to hell. Bruh. That's what they said. If these cats is going to heaven, I'm going to hell. Huh? Come on, man. But just showing forth that Josiah had to put them down, man. A lot of our people put down the tarot cards, man. Put down the Oshun and the Ogun, man. I know you got your stones. Listen, that magnesium rock, that's not going to balance your spirit, man. You put the quartz rock on your pineal gland, that ain't going to cause blood flow. Stop it. You got people that got glasses with the whatever kind of rock, like it's really going to penetrate when the sun hit it. It's going to hit my medulla, bounce off. Bro, stop. You put your rocks outside in the moonlight. Are you serious? The moonlight is going to charge those rocks? You should put a camera up there and record it and see if you see any sparks. You know what I'm saying? Cats really walk around those in their pocket, man. I've seen it, man. A lot of our people go through these rituals to where they got to do 6 months without looking themselves in the mirror. Beyonce did it. She said it in a song. It's funny. But still, a lot of our people do a lot of these things, but this is what Josiah was knocking down. Who had their hand up? Okay. This is what Josiah was saying, heck no, this ain't going on no more, man. But think about how much our people, they do this wickedness. You know what I'm saying? We got to show them like, nah, bro, what has it done for you? Really, what has it really done for you? And again, a lot of our people they have no faith and they're not patient. So what does that mean? Well, I got to do things in my hand now. I got to do things in my time. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and make that little potion. You know what I'm saying? Spit, honey, eggs. I'm going to set up this prayer because I want that boo. I want my boo. He going to be mine. A little love spell. Come on, man. This stuff's in plain sight. Our people been doing this for a long time. That's why Josiah said, nah, man. We burning everything up. Keep reading.
And in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burn incense unto Baal.
They did what?
Burn incense unto Baal.
Yeah, ask yourself, what incense, man? Got some other heat coming. But still, all this sage and stuff. What is the sage? I ain't seen. Somebody Google sage in the Bible, see if it pop up. S-A-G-E. Think about it. Sage is meant for what? Nothing wrong with sage. It's saying it's meant for what? For insects. But a lot of us try to think that it's doing what? Purifying our spirit. Where'd I say that at? You know what I'm saying? Everything has a purpose. But again, the wicked turns it for what? For evil. It says that they had incense. Go ahead.
Burn incense unto Baal. To the sun.
To the what?
To the sun.
Yeah, a lot of our people was worshiping the sun, moon and stars, astrology. Oh, listen, man, I'm a Capricorn, man. You know what I'm saying? But my third moon is an Aquarius, man. So you know what that means is that, yeah, I love to eat. I'm gonna say it, bro. We had the knowledge, but we have the knowledge of the stars. They say Issachar knew the stars, right? But the Most High has snatched that from us. But what do? We believe in the white man's understanding of what? The stars. Most High said, bro, believe in the Bible. You basic brothers and sisters, come on, believe in the Bible. But we want to believe in everything outside of the scriptures, man. We go to our little horoscope, you put your little date in. You put your, the chick that you like, the man that you like, you put his date in, you see the compatibility, and you believe it. Like, who's really calculating that on the back end? Is the same white man that told you was black a color out of a crayon box? Are we serious? But a lot of us go into that very deeply, man. Bro, we literally live our lives off of that. Oh, man, let me see if this month I'm going to be wealthy, man. Let me see, man, if I'm about to get this dough. Man, let me go to my weekly fortune cookie. Are you serious? But these are the things that held us back. These are the things not knowing that we were worshiping other gods, but all the sun. Read.
And to the planets.
Uh-huh.
And to all the hosts.
And to what?
And to all the hosts.
It said the planets, man. We worship everything. Planets. Read.
And to all the hosts of heaven.
And all the hosts of heaven. Now we're, again, the stars, gods. Where do you think all this mythology comes from, man? Come on. Psalms 94:16. What was Josiah doing? That's why we go out there and street speak every day, man. Standing up against what? The wickedness. Josiah was doing the same thing. Are we? I'm not saying you got to go out there and be a brute beast. No, man. But how do you stand up now? Listen, be the standard. Don't entertain those things. Step away. Separate yourself from those that walk up disorderly, not as you've been taught. We can go there. For nowadays, how we do these things. Because I'm not saying you go in your mama's house and just throw out everything. Go in there, you see got a Christmas tree, and you throw it out the window. You throw the tree out the window, you go out the house in handcuffs, they don't call the police on you. Put you in a psych ward because you going off quoting scriptures. You went in captured infringer. You got them little dangly things. You're going to lock this brother up, man. Come on, man. They love to do what? Make us an example of what? Oh, this dude was chaotic. He was part of that malicious group, the Hebrew Israelites. Come on, man. They waiting to do something like that. Read where you at.
The book of Psalms 94, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
Who will do what?
Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
And that's the question, man. It's that time now, even here in America. There's a lot of wickedness that goes on to where we just shut our mouths, man. Why? Because we finna get the stimulus check. Finna get that little stimmy, man. Everything gravy now, huh? Get the little 400-500. You ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be quiet. Our people, bro, they'll give their life for a stimmy check. Like you talking about the government cheese, man. We'll get comfortable with that. But the Most High said, who will stand up for me? Go ahead.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Who's going to do that? And that's one of the falls of Saul from our last class. Saul didn't want to stand up for what the Most High told him to do, rather than give in to the emotions of the people. We are in the same situation. I'm not going to have my child at my mother's house and she's doing what? Celebrating Christmas. Oh, I want to see baby girl. I want to see baby boy. Shit. Nah, Mom. Until you agree with what I agree with, my daughter will not be in that vicinity. I'm sorry. You can come see her at my house. Pork ain't cooked over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Until you respect what the Most High has told me to do, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Why? Read it again.
Psalm 94 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
Right.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
A lot of us have, because the scripture says, who will rise up against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? A lot of us got soft spots for our family members, friends that are doing things outside the spirit. Now, what I mean by that, I'm not saying that just because you're not telling them that like, you're going to hell, no. We allow them to be, we allow ourselves to go around them and to make it seem like everything's okay. Come on, man, you got to separate yourself. The Most High said he separated good from evil. Come on, man, so that we can know the difference. He was separating from clean from the unclean, man. I'm sorry, man, you out there smoking, I can't be around you, man. All that smoke, you out here selling dope, I can't be around that. I'm going to get caught up. You know, my loved ones may get caught up because they with me. No, I can't do that, man. I'm sorry. My principles say otherwise. But a lot of us, because we care how they feel still, the Most High said, listen, what you going to do, man? What are you going to do? James 4:4. You can go there real quick, just on the topic. James chapter 4 and verse 4. Go ahead. We're going to try to finish this up a little bit.
James chapter 4, verse 4.
James chapter 4 and verse 4. Go ahead.
Ye adulterers,
right?
And adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Yeah, the Most High said, ye adulterers and adulteresses, you're cheating on the Most High. You infidelity-ites. Those that choose to go hoe in the street, then be next to me. That's what he's saying. Know ye not that what?
That the friendship of the world.
If you choose these friends more than the Most High, if you choose to surround yourself more with the people of the world than the people that are striving for righteousness around you, read.
Is enmity with the Most High.
You're an enemy with the Most High because you ain't chose your side yet. You haven't chose what was more important. See? And our families know that. These little wicked evil doers, they know it, man. They know when you still straddling the fence. That's why they pose eating pork. They pose these things that you used to do. Because they know that you haven't fully committed unto what you say you're doing. You half stepping. You twinkling toeing on the line. Straddling the line. The Most High knows that, again, if we're in the spirit, that's why he said, ye adulteresses and adulteresses, or adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity. Read.
Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world.
Now, it's not saying that what? You can't talk. It's not saying that you can't deal cordially. But it's showing that where are you giving your attention and time to? Are you dedicated to these individuals? Like, I'm not saying that I don't talk to my mom. Heck yeah, I talk to my mom. But I'm not going to Houston anytime soon. Unless it's dealing with the work. Because there's more privy things that need to be taken care of for the house of the Lord. You know? I'm not going to the reunion in high school. I'm not kicking it with the bros on a Saturday night. No, I'm kicking it with my bros on a Saturday night. I'm sorry. I can't be around you. You guys, it's like with Terminator. You got the red dot on you. I want the green. You know? I want the friendly sign on my back. Friend when the angels come down. You know? The Most High said you got to choose a side. But a lot of us, again, that's a hard place. But again, it's a balance, man. You know, but I'm going to say this is that once you make that decision, your family respects it, man. They respect your choice. Then what do? They respect your way of life. They won't be talking about no pork sausage. They're going to be talking about what? That beef sausage. Hey, baby, I got some of that beef sausage for you. Why? Because they respect what you do now. They understood that, oh, he ain't playing. It's either what? You're going to get cut off or you're going to respect what I do. Make your choice, man. This is what Josiah is doing. He's cutting down all the negative that hit Israel, man. He had to make a stance. If they hate him or love him. Hate or love me, what is it? Yeah, hate or love me. Underdogs on top. And I won't die till my heart stop. Think about it. What you got? Classic, right?
It's like reflecting on what you said. It's like, when I first got to knowledge, like, people used to try me. Like, my mom used to try me, like, they had pork and stuff, trying to try me. Like, oh, you want to eat this, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's to the point where now, every time when I cook, they got turkey, bacon, beef. They don't. My dad, he don't eat pork no more because I'm not gonna eat nothing at all if it's some pork in.
Think about it. My mom don't even talk about pork no more.
Word.
Better not. Talk about no pork. Listen, Mom, that's why your ankles look the way they do. I'm gonna tell her off top. That's why your wrist hurting. That's why your back hurt. Your diet's not on point, Mom. Good, you got the air fryer. Put down the. My mom's from Mississippi, man. Country gal, right? Cornbread, pork chops smothered and covered. You gotta smother and cover some turkey or smother and cover something else, man. Yeah, collard greens with the pig feet in it. The black eyed peas with the pig feet. You better stop that. Better put that turkey neck or that turkey leg. But again, your people will respect you once you respect the Most High. I'm trying to tell you, they'll fall in line because they're gonna want that spirit. See. But that's why the Most High says, ye adulteresses and adulteresses, man. Read that last precept.
Come.
Right?
Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world.
Right?
Is the enemy of the Most High.
Yeah, is the enemy of the Most High. So we got to see that this is the spirit, man. This is the spirit. Go back. Jump back. Where we at?
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 16.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 6. You know what? You could jump to verse 11, going forth of what else he was doing. Josiah.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 11. And he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the sun at the entering in of the house of the Lord by the chamber of Nathan-Melech, the chamberlain, which was in the suburbs, and burned the chariots of the sun with fire.
Come on. Yeah, get these up out of here, man. These guys had chariots that were dedicated to the sun. Judah had given to the sun. They dedicated these chariots to the sun. Come on, man. They're doing all this bruja, all this witchery. Proverbs 24 and 24. Proverbs 24, verse 24. Josiah came out there and started cleaning the house, man. Cleaning up the place. Read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 24, verse 24.
Go ahead.
He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous. Him shall the people curse.
Think about it. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous. What you doing is on point. You're going to be cursed. Read.
Nations shall abhor him.
Go ahead.
But to them that rebuketh him,
go ahead,
shall be the light.
Think about it. But them that rebuke the wicked, man, shall be what?
Shall be delight.
You're going to be a delight when you rebuke the wicked. When you say that, no, I'm not standing by with that. Nah, I ain't the same-sex marriages, I don't see it in the Bible. God didn't create that. It's against nature. That's why you got to do a lot of scientific experiments to do what? To bring this egg into this sperm and to have this man look like a woman and the woman look like a man. And now they're opposites, but they have babies. It's like it's confusion. It's weirdness. I can't agree with that. It's unnatured, or it's out of nature. It says, them that rebuke the wicked shall be a delight. Read.
And a good blessing shall come upon them.
Think about that. What does that mean? You're standing in your stead. You're understanding what's righteous and what's wicked. That's off. That's right. See? This is what Josiah was doing. 2 Chronicles 34 and 31. 2 Chronicles chapter 34 and verse 31. Going on a little bit more detail about Josiah. So again, like I said in other classes, Kings and Chronicles correlate with each other. But Chronicles is a little bit more detailed. Alright? So when you read Kings, jump back to Chronicles. And it'll correlate. That's a little tip. Alright? Go ahead.
And the king stood in his place.
And
made a covenant before the Lord.
Actually, I came back here. Yeah, go ahead.
To walk after the Lord.
And
to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all his heart.
Right.
And with all his soul. To perform the words of the covenant which was written in this book.
Go ahead.
And he caused all that were present in Jerusalem and
Benjamin.
Benjamin, and stood it to stand to it.
Right, to stand to it was to hold on to the oath. So it's just kind of going back into, again, him bringing them to the temple and him doing these good deeds of destroying all the idolatry things that we had in the temples, that we had amongst the nation and amongst the people. Go ahead.
And the inhabitants of Jerusalem did according to the covenant of the Most High.
Read.
The Most High of their fathers.
Right.
And Josiah took away all the abominations out of all the country.
And that's what I wanted. Go ahead.
That
pertain
to the children of Israel.
He took it all out. Read.
And made all that were present in Israel to serve.
Read.
Even to serve the Lord.
He made it a point for them to serve the Lord. This is a commandment. Y'all gonna get right. This is the God of Israel. We gonna be his children. Y'all gonna have to y'all gonna have to fast these demons off of y'all. Huh? Y'all gotta get your mind right. Go ahead.
Their God. And all the days they departed not from following the Lord.
They did what?
Departed not from following the Lord.
Go ahead.
The God of their fathers.
Yeah, think about that. The God of their fathers. Was that it? Jump to Psalms 119, 106. Josiah made the nation get back to this righteous mentality, man. He checked them. Took out all the folly. Destroyed all the altars. All the groves that his forefathers did. That he knew that was off. But what he did is what we should be doing. Number one, starting with ourselves, man. Throwing out all these idolatry things that we've learned. Throwing out this idolatrous mind state that we have. What does it mean by idolatrous mind state? Well, you have the mind not of the Most High, but of what? Everything outside of the Most High. Your auntie, what your dad taught you, what you learned, philosophy, psychology, these other nations, you know. You going over there to who? To the gypsies. You think they got the juice. Stop it. This is what it means that Josiah was cleansing his people. But read where you at.
119, 106.
Please.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 106.
Go ahead.
I have sworn.
I have what?
I have sworn.
And this is what he made the people to do. Because he knew his forefathers. David was in this spirit. Solomon was in this spirit. Read.
I have sworn. And I will perform it.
And I will do what?
I will perform it.
A lot of us say that we're going to do these things for the Most High. I'm going to ride for him. I'm going to keep these laws. We say it with our mouth, but do we do what? Read it again.
I have sworn. And I will perform it.
But are we performing it? See? Josiah made his people perform that. He was their accountability partner. A lot of us got to start getting more accountability partners in this walk. We got to. We got brothers that do it. Brothers be calling on the regular. That's needed. Because why? Well, we say what we're going to do to the Most High, but are we really going to do it? A lot of us may need, majority of it, some of us might need what? A little push, a little motivation. Nothing wrong with that. Come to those that's been in. Your elders, your teachers. Ask. We'll help to show you how to do what? Perform it. Read.
That I will keep thy righteous judgment.
That I will do what?
That I will keep thy righteous judgment.
And that's what Josiah dedicated his people to do. That's why it says that all their days they kept the commandments of the Lord. Come on, man. Think about your households, man. Your daughters. No more spandex, but that's it. Like, how you got 6-year-old girls walking around with spandex on? How that work? Huh? Yeah, think about that. Grown men sagging. Are you sick? You 6'5", and you sagging. You're showing more butt than Rachel. What's going on? Sickening. But Josiah said, listen, my people's going to make a covenant and we're going to do it. I want y'all to jump back. Jump back to that 2 Kings 23. And go to verse 25.
2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
And like unto him was there no king before him.
Talking about Josiah. Josiah again, he was in the spirit of the Lord, man. And I'm gonna say this, yeah, Hezekiah was a sturdy king, but hey, it says that there was no king before him like him. Read.
That turned to the Lord. With all his heart.
With all his what?
With all his heart.
Think about that. All his mind. Dedicated. Who's willing to give up all for righteousness? Who's willing to not care what somebody thinks about them for righteousness? These are the examples. These are men that's here. I know your father wasn't on point. I know your auntie wasn't on point. Your mother may not have been on point. But we got examples in the scripture of who was on point, even for women. There's many of stories that we're going to show forth that women that moved righteously, that didn't have this boisterous, controlling spirit, or again, a Jezebel spirit. Everybody think Jezebel was a hoe. No, Jezebel was a forceful, controlling woman. She killed the prophets. That Jezebel spirit, little skeezer. No, Jezebel was out there controlling. We're gonna get into that at another time, but still, we got good examples how men and women should be. It says he turned his heart to the Most High. Go ahead.
With all his heart. And with all his soul.
Read.
And with all his might.
Come on, read.
According to all the law of Moses.
This brother was proactive, man. You know you get that brother, man, writing Hebrew prayers out. Come on, man. You got cats that's dedicated, that puts forth effort. That be hitting brothers up from afar just to, man, I need some of that wisdom you got, man. Like the brothers from Rochester, man. I got to say it to them, man. Brothers out there reached out to who? Kazakia. Look what's happening now. Why? All their heart, they desired the righteousness. They put forth action. They performed it. This is the same spirit that Josiah was in. Go ahead.
Neither after him arose there any like him.
And we can understand because we're going to get to them. They weren't like Josiah. Read.
Notwithstanding, the Lord turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him with all.
Read that again.
Come. Because of all the
No, you can start from the top. 26.
Okay.
To understand that even though Josiah cleaned up Israel or Jerusalem, Judah, prayed to the Most High, strove for righteousness, what happened? Read.
Notwithstanding, the Lord turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath.
Go ahead.
Wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah.
Yeah, he said he turned not his fierceness. It was still about to go down. Read.
Because of all the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him with all.
Think about it. Because of Manasseh. Keeps going back to Manasseh. Manasseh was his grandpa. It was still going to come down upon Israel. I'm going to show you something. Go to Jeremiah. This will be the last scripture. And then next class we'll go into Josiah's death, into the taking of Jerusalem. Alright? And now to end out the beginning of the end part. Beginning of the end. The destruction of Jerusalem completely. 586. But we're at Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 1. Just going in about how the Most High was not going to turn his hand from destroying Jerusalem because of the acts of our forefathers. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me.
Listen, the Most High said, Moses and Samuel stood before me doing what? Yahweh, please have mercy on our people. Righteous men, right? Most High is a gutter individual. Definitely he's not. He just repays what we give. He said, even though I had Moses and Samuel in front of me, please, read.
Yet my mind could not be toward this people.
Yet what?
Yet my mind could not be toward
won't have no pity, man. They want to feel the wrath of what they've done, of what they brought forth. Go ahead.
Cast them out of my sight.
Do what?
Cast them out of my sight.
Read.
And let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord.
He said, "Man, get up out of here, man. Like, I'm not covering y'all no more." He said, so when they say, "Where shall we go?" This is what he told them to say. Read.
Such as are for death, to death.
Yeah, such are the death. If your end is death, you're going to die. Read.
And such as are for the sword, to the sword.
If you're going to get hit by the sword, you're going to get hit by the sword. Read.
And such as are for the famine, to the famine.
Come on, the Most High said, listen, you're going to get caught all ways. Y'all going to die by famine, sword, or whatever kind of a death that may come upon thee. Read.
And such as are for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint them, and I will appoint over them for a kind.
The Most High going to hit us with all types of captivities, death. Read.
Said the Lord. The sword to slay.
The what?
The sword to slay.
These are the 4 kinds that the Most High is going to put upon Israel, man. The sword to slay. Go ahead.
And the dog to tear.
And the what?
And the dog to tear.
Like an animal that's going to rip us apart. But we're going to see why. Read.
And the fowl of the heaven.
Yeah, and the fowl's going to pick at your body. Most High said, man, I'm tired of you, stiff-necked, rebellious people. See? You got to learn the hard way, man. You didn't want to learn the nice way. Go ahead.
And the beast of the earth. To devour and destroy.
To do what?
To devour and destroy.
Read.
And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms.
Come on, this is again. Think about it. Still going, it's linking all up with prophecy. This started way back in 586. Well, technically, when you get into it, 60, what is it? Like 609? And then we'll get to that. But 609, that this was going on during Josiah. Go ahead.
Because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah.
Because of who?
Because of Manasseh.
Because it still keep talking about Manasseh. Come on, man. Yeah. What you got?
That's because the Lord said he did worse than all the heathen, right?
Think about it. He brought forth foolishness, but I'm going to say this stuff. He did it worse than all the heathens, but he repented though. He repented. But, yeah, were you in the class when I went over it? Yeah, so the prayer of Manasseh is his prayer in captivity. But we went over it in Chronicles whenever the Most High, he prayed to the Most High in captivity. If y'all go back to, I think that was 3, or I think that was 3, beginning of 3. He prayed to the Most High in captivity. He knew about his faults, his sins, his transgressions. The Most High heard his prayer because he humbled himself. What happened was that the Most High took him from captivity back into Jerusalem. And then the wording says, then he acknowledged, or then he knew the Most High was real when that happened. Where he changed everything up. See, but the thing about it is that he did so much harm, it didn't matter, man. He repented. He tried to get things right, but what happened? His son, Ammon, went off. His son, Ammon, was out the spirit, which was Josiah's father. So just showing that grain, that evil grain that he dropped and sowed, listen, it had a perpetual, continual, unrighteous acts that Israel brought forth, man, because of him. That's what the scripture is saying. Read verse 4 again.
Verse 4. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth.
Right.
Because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah.
Right.
King of Judah. For that which he did in Jerusalem.
Come on. So we're seeing again how the end began. You know? So go back to class 1 if you haven't seen it. You know, I started off with Zedekiah because he was the last king. But we're going to get into that story next class. So brothers and sisters, hopefully that class is informing. If you have any questions, please bring them for next class, which is going to be Thursday. Today's Tuesday. The Shabbat is going to come up quickly. Time is moving. So thank you for watching. With that, let them know shalom. Shalom!
The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never